A semi-quick paint correction video for you today. It's been about 3 days since I painted the hood and the trunk to the Mustang. I put that clear on a little heavy on the trunk, right in the corner there. I kind of put like a nasty run in it. So I use two techniques to remove runs. I normally start with the razor blade and then I finish with the body glaze technique. I found that that gives me the best result. Alright, but real quick first I'll show you what the hood and the trunk look like now. Alright, so here's what the parts look like straight off the gun, raw. Got a couple little dirt nibs in the hood, nothing bad. You can see we got that functional heat extraction hood action going on there in the center. The trunk, right off the gun, the top nice and wet. Here's where the problem lies. Let me see if I can catch it. There it is. Like I said, it's not terrible. I've seen worse, but I'm going to try to get that all out, and hopefully, I say more than likely I don't have to respray it. So, alright, I'll get started. Alright, so before you actually start, just take your fingernail and push it into the deepest part of the run. Make sure it's not gummy, make sure it's cured up enough to actually work with. If it's not, you're going to have to wait. Alright, so if you're good to go, you're going to want to start with a brand new razor blade and get some masking tape and just tape over the edges of the razor blade. This is going to kind of act like a spacer and also protect the clear from the corners of the razor blade. Alright, so you're going to want to start going one direction, nice and light. If you have to put a little bend, depending on the curve of the panel, if you have to put a little bend on the razor blade to kind of get into a concave kind of angle, you can do that as well. And you're going to want to kind of scrape it as much as you feel comfortable. As soon as you start hitting clear on the sides of the heavy part of the run, you're going to want to stop. Alright, so once most of the run is out with the razor blade, I switch over to the body glaze technique. That's just where you use a regular two-part finishing glaze, mix it up, put one tight coat in the run area, and then you're going to wet sand the whole thing down. Alright, so as you can see here, the rest of the video is kind of straightforward. You're going to want to start with like a 500 grit, work down that body glaze. You can actually see that run, the high poking out of that run there. Keeping a paint stick on the back of the sandpaper, use it as a backing. Then switch over to 800, knock it down a little more, remove the 500 grit scratches. Next up you do 1200 or something equivalent. Again, paint stick, keep it flat, remove all the body glaze. At this point you really should have a flat panel. Then you're going to want to just finish it like normal, like when you're normally buffing out a car. Switch over 2000 grit, get a finer scratch. Here you're just trying to remove those coarser scratches and get a gloss finish. And if you go online, you can actually find some super fine paper, some 4000, even 6 or 8000 grit, and just work your way all the way up to whatever you want. The higher you go, the more gloss you get, the less buffing you have to do. So I hate buffing. I went all the way up to 6000 grit, wiped it down. You can see it already has a ton of gloss for not even being buffed yet. And you can skip right to the foam pad with the compound. You go over it 2, maybe 3 times, and you're done. It's already buffed, glossed out, and you can move on to your polishes. Alright, so here we have the finished product. The run is out. We saved the panel from having to repaint it, and it looks laser straight. So I hope this information helps you out. You got a little paint project at home. Feel free to subscribe to the channel, like the videos, and we have more paint work coming up.